Okay, so we're back with another Sonic video. I recommend watching the last one about Sonic X Shadow Generations because it's fun and I'm going to talk a bit about it in this video. And yeah, we're going Usain fast. Let's pick out the forgotten Sonic game, Sonic Generations 3DS. Sonic Generation 3DS released a few days after the original version, except in Japan, where it got a same-day release, which is a bit strange for me because Japan got Sonic Generation late in the beginning of December. But yeah, it's not none of our issues right now. So the world experienced the console version before the 3DS version, and it shows. There is no real data about the game sales, but likely the 3DS version didn't sell well. It was made by Dimps, who made Sonic Advance Trilogy, the Sonic Rush Trilogy, and yes, I include Sonic Colors DS in this, because they clearly wanted to make another Rush game. They also went and made the Devil's Sonic 4. Jokes aside, after Generations, Dimps only worked on one Sonic-related project, which was the 3DS version of Sonic Lost World. And regarding Sonic Lost World reputation, I think it was the last straw for Papa Sega, which is sad because Advance and Rush are honestly on the better side of the franchise. I would honestly play and buy these cool games if they had a compilation one day, because it's kinda sad that they are locked to the DS and the Game Boy Advance respectively. Jokes aside, if you want to play cool games, try the Dimps 2D games. They are very good except for Sonic 4, and since Generation it is basically a remake, Dimps had a lot of fun with it, so let's begin. Dang, no DLC section? In this economy? The stage list is, as I said, different from the original Generations on every other platform. But first let's talk about the white space, because it's going to be short. It's just a bunch of menus, unlike the console version, was basically its own little level with platforming. It's empty, also ditching out the challenges that were required to fight the bosses, which is, I think, for the better for this version, because I can't imagine how a 3DS challenge would look like outside of the mission mode, but the mission mode is bad. A year before the release of this game, they were working on a lot of other stuff, like 2 Sonic games and Street Fighter 4, and it shows on the fact that the game seems a lot more rushed than all the other ones they made. Even Lost World 3DS, with dog shit, technically. This one, yeah, it shows that it's a bit of a miracle that it released. So let's go over the stage list. Green Hill is the only stage in common with the other versions. Classic Sonic just has the first act of Green Hill from the Genesis version of the game, which is a bit sad because the console version at least made a new original level, but I guess it's cool due to the removal of the Genesis item from this version of the game, which is a strange point in common with Shadow Generations, which will not stop at this. And the 3D Sonic version, the modern Sonic version, is basically just a 2D boost formula, which is, yeah, okay, it's forgettable, not gonna lie. It would have been cool if we have seen Neo Green Hill, because I think it would have been easy to implement, at least some level aspect. I didn't recognize any, maybe I'm dumb. It's possible, it's a completely valid possibility. It's well done, you really have the feeling that it's a boost formula game but 2D. The boost really feels like the one used in the white space on the PS3, and it feels great overall. Though I would have really liked it to be a bit more original. Casino Night is the most iconic stage of Sonic 2. I think it's way more appropriate than Chemical Plant. The lights are pretty, but I don't spin the machine too often, sadly. Though the roulette with modern Sonic is cool. Mushroom Hill, and dang it, a Sonic and Knuckles acknowledgement, it's rare. Emerald Coast is really cool and uses some gameplay element from Adventure. It's cool and somehow is one of the better incorporated stages. Radical Highway. Yeah, okay, I understand that Shadow Generation was teased with this game a few years back, but honestly, it made me hate Radical Highway even more. The level design is really not cool and I cannot avoid that, you piece of shit! Water Palace is the first portable game stage. Fuck god, finally! It's a pretty decent Western stage, and honestly we see that Dims is working on again on a stage they made. It really plays better than most stages in this game, which is disappointing, because like it happens so late. Tropical Resort, and it's been a while since I haven't played Sonic Coders, so I'm not sure if it's more inspired by the DS or Wii version, but still, it plays well. Too bad I have this feeling with only 2 stages in this whole fucking game! Don't make me say what I didn't say. The stages are not bad, but they are forgettable. They could have been really better, and they have some comically frustrating sections. They are really not great. I want to go back to original generations because at least I can remember this game better. Even on the stages that I would have preferred in these games that are on the 3DS version, generations PS3, Xbox 360 did so much better. Which is sad because I don't want to come back to the 3DS version, even though I would have a reason because the S ranks in this game are hard to get, and it would have gotten a real replay value. But no, they decided basically to make forgettable stage and I don't want to play them overall. For some reason Dims thought it was a good idea to put special stages. It's basically a full pipe, like kinda Sonic 2 sequels, and you just have to go throughout it. It's not hard. I think I haven't even restarted one, so yeah, it's just meh. And it's also required for the final boss, which is dumb. I don't like that the special stages are required to the final boss. Maybe for a good ending, why not? But for the final boss, I think it's a bit too much. These are just races. It's not as epic as in the console version. It's just meh again. You've got Metal Sonic as Classic Sonic and Shadow Silver as Modern. They are located in the boss portal before the actual bosses. Big Arms is the final boss of Sonic 3 on the Genesis and the first boss of this game. It's really simplistic, but it serves good as a first boss. Bio-Lizard is the second boss, and dang, this game really was a Shadow Generations teaser. The boss is surprisingly working. Nothing like Shadow Gen's fight, because it was a huge remix, but the 3DS is kinda classic. I still like it, it's still a really good interpretation on it. The Young Emperor is a boss from Sonic Heroes, and I'm glad to say that the fight is cool too and it works. Boosting with the boost and having a sort of hide-and-seek game with it, it's absolute cinema. And dang, the boss are really good up until now. I hope that the last one is as good as the worst fucking boss fight I've fought in any portable Sonic games, and I've played them all. It's not as bad when you are classic Sonic because it's just avoiding then it. It's boring and really easy, but modern Sonic is another kind of bullshit. It just doesn't work, especially with this clock attack. You have basically to boost to the boss to fight it, and it's really imprecise, feels random when the bosses teleport, and yeah, at one point I must admit I used a cheat code to have infinite rings, which basically give me infinite life. Yeah, it's not good, and I was pretty sad that the game ended with that. Like, it could have been way better. And I'd rather have a boring fight than an unclear and frustrating one. At least for final boss, I will remember it, I guess. The game is disappointing. It's not bad, but it has a lot of missed opportunity. Most levels are forgettable. I guess it's cool that we got different levels from the main versions, but let's be honest, it would have been better if we had portable console stages. Why no Sonic Advance? No Game Gear exclusive. The only portable stage is Water Palace. The bosses are cool but suffer from the same problem. Only console bosses. The game is still decent though. If you have to play it, like, do it. It's pretty much required if you want to play the Russian Advance games. And it has the same soul, same formula, same design. The game is still worth playing. It's kinda disappointing that they weren't included in the remaster as like new levels. I think that they should have been a really appreciated thing from Sega to do, and it wouldn't have been that hard to port them to the same engine as base game. It would have been just cool for extra stuff. Also, talking of extra stuff, the game has a mission mode to unlock the gallery, but it's really boring, it's just a bunch of menus. Unlike Sonic and Shadows on consoles, who had really good atmosphere and feeling. Yeah, it's not great, but the game still deserves a 65 out of 100. Thanks for watching, remember that I'm a streamer. Bye guys!